nobody's actually watched it yet, but this is going on YouTube as well, so I guess I'll just talk until somebody shows up. But yeah, Simple Rockets is out, and I am pretty jazzed about it. I've been wanting to play it since I heard about it, and was a little skeptical when I saw the first videos, but it got pretty cool pretty quick. I toyed around with it a tiny bit, not enough to really know anything, so I'll probably screw up a lot. But my goal before the end of the night, which is going to end in about 2 hours, is to land on the moon. That's my idea. So, let's make a new craft. This craft here came with the game. So we're going to start from scratch here. Apparently it gives me this, which I don't want. Let's go and delete that. And we're going to start with this guy here, and I don't know where anything is, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to learn things. Here's a parachute. That's probably important. Just slap that on there. What do we got? We got fins, we got landing legs, and we got wings. So we're just going to go for it here. We're going to try in one mission to land this thing on the moon. One thing I like about this game is this is the fuel tank. There is no picking a bunch of fuel tanks and deciding which size you want, etc. It's just a fuel tank. This command pod with the thing here weighs a kilogram. I'm probably going to want a decoupler, which I think is called an interstage. Hopefully I can make it really small. Looks like I can. Looks like that's as small as it goes. We're going to slap that on there. So this is 1 kilogram, so we want this fuel tank to be about 2 kilograms. So we want the whole thing to be about 3 kilograms here. Maybe a little bit more, because we're going to have an engine on this guy as well. Speaking of engines, let's go ahead and put the Pixie engine on here. This is the small space engine. Looks fine to me. And we're probably going to want some sort of landing gear. Hello, viewer, by the way. Welcome to the stream. I'm basically playing this for what could be considered the first time. I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's going to be part of the fun. Landing legs. This is a very large landing leg. Can we right-click these and make them go down? Can we do anything to them? Apparently not. I know that once you put things on... Oh, there we go. I guess that'll work. It's kind of big, but I'm not going to complain. I guess I can make it a little bit smaller. I guess it was a baller. I guess it had a girl who looked good. It would call her. Oh, there we go. Considering I don't know what I'm doing, I think I'm going to leave the angle at 45 degrees here. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, interstages are simple decouplers. Yeah, it's weird though. It's just I play Kerbal Space Program, so it they do things slightly differently here than Kerbal Space Program does, and it's gonna trip me up all the time. Let's see. Here's the symmetry tool. So we click this thing, and then we say mirror, radial. Let's go with 4 because I don't know what I'm doing, and I want all 4 of these things. So now we're going to go back up. This is what's ideally going to land us on the moon and bring us home. So, then we need more structural. Everything's structural. I like how it automatically locks to there, but it didn't automatically lock up here. Not that that's a huge deal. Do you think I need a heat shield? You never do in Kerbal Space Program. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't make this thing not go away. I feel like it's buggy. Orbital speed, yes, orbital speed is higher than KSP. I don't know exactly how much higher. Can I just hit the delete key and get rid of this thing? I can, that's nice. Okay. But I can't click and drag. Do you right click and drag? No. Middle click and drag? Shift click? Hey, Motors on, how's it going? Anybody knows how to get this back on here? I would love to do that. Right now I can't even click and drag the screen around. I can move these around. The game is in super early access, so you expect bugs like this, but it would be nice if those bugs didn't keep me from streaming. 2,600 meters. Oh, so it's only a little bit more than Kerbin's sphere of influence, or sorry, orbital speed. Okay, tell you what, let's start with a brand new craft, because I feel like that one's busted. Actually, I feel like this whole thing is busted. Let me back out and go back in. We expect these things in early access. Apparently that doesn't back out. That goes forward. Let's go ahead and in the flight, save and exit. Okay, we're back. We can delete things now. Okay, back to put the parachute on top. Then we get an interstage. If nothing else, this is going to teach me the interface really quick. If I have to do this over and over again. Then we want this fuel tank, which, as I said before, we want the whole size here to be about 3 or so kilograms. Kilograms are listed on the bottom. That's probably fine. Then we want an engine. Let's put this guy on there. Landing legs. Wait, it's here. Mirror mode. Click the landing legs. And go up to 4. And if we go to here, we can then make them a little bit smaller. And I think that'll be fine. That should land us on the moon, I think. Under advanced settings, you can set the mass from 0 to 100%. Well, that feels a little cheaty to me. I'm not gonna try to win the game without trying. But okay, let's go back to the interstage fairings here. We're gonna do that. Now it's the right size and everything. I don't think we need fairings on this thing. But we are going to need a bigger fuel tank. And okay, the total mass of our ship is 3.6 kilograms. So we want to double that, so that's 7 plus 3.6. So we want about we'll round it up to 11. There you go. This is just a rule of thumb. This isn't anything important. It's you want about twice as much fuel as the thing you're lifting. It's a rule of thumb, and it might not even be valid in this game, but it worked pretty well in Kerbal Space Program. So this, let's say that this will get us to the moon. Maybe an orbit around it and probably slow us down when we get there. So then, oh, that's funny. You can't raise the thing up. The floor comes up to meet it, or it goes away. That's kind of interesting. Okay. We should probably put solar panels and stuff on it. We'll worry about that in a minute. Do I know what the price is going to be on phones? No, I have no idea. It was $13 on Steam, though, which I think is a pretty good deal for an early access game that is in your wheelhouse. So that's why I just dropped the money on it. Was that a person? Oh, test dummy. That's awesome. that could be fun. We could have some fun with that guy. Hinge rotator. There's something Kerbal Space Program doesn't have. Okay. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, I need another interstage fairing. Where's these things? Right here. Okay, now we're gonna make this bigger now. The stage below all this, we want it to be bigger. Okay, now the ship right now is 12 kilograms. So let's make this a little bit bigger. Like that. And then we're going to snap this on here, and is it going to automatically? It automatically did it. That's pretty cool. Okay, so 24, so we want this to be 48 kilograms. I'm sorry, yeah. And I just realized that's probably 48,000, let's see. So 48, and then we're going to put the biggest engine on the bottom of this guy, and that engine's too big. So we're going to fiddle here. And this, we'll say, will get us into orbit. I have no idea. Do I think it will come to Xbox? I imagine they want it to come to Xbox. I can't imagine it's going to come to Xbox anytime in the next, like, years. You think I'm going to need more boosters to get off the pad? It's less on Humble. Oh, if you have monthly, yeah. I don't have Humble monthly, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. They tend to be cheaper on there as long as you're doing the monthly thing. I don't know how many solar panels I'm going to need, if any at all. I keep hitting X to give myself more solar panels, which doesn't work. Let's go radial 4. Just get one on each side. That way we'll generally be fine. Okay. Well, let's test this thing and find out what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. Okay, one weird thing about this, that's east. You're supposed to launch over the launch pad, which is weird. Z and X still work, just like in Kerbal Space Program. And you can pause, which is weird. So I'm going to hit the space bar, we'll see what happens. Okay, that's quite a bit of stuff to pad. When we get up to 100 kilometers, so I'm going to pause the game. And let's get the interface going here. There we go. Now, this is basically your nav ball, and it's also kind of the way you control things. I'm just going to roll it over 10 degrees, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Okay. And it always overcorrects how much you can do about that. We get up to, say about 3 kilometers. There we go. Let's go into map mode. You hit M. This is Kerbin, whatever the name of the planet is. It's like Dulio or something like that. I don't know the name, but our apoapsis is 7, so we're actually pretty high up. So I'm actually going to want to crank this thing over even more. I think not too far, but let's say around here, 65 degrees seems reasonable. Then pause it for yourself. We got a lot of beef on this thing, obviously. Probably more than we need. So let's crank it over. Yeah, see, we're at 5, but I'm gonna actually crank it over to the 45 because it's gonna take it a minute to get over there. And also, I think you're right about this. This engine's gonna have a hard time pushing this thing up, so I think we're gonna give ourselves a little bit of extra. Let's check. We're 30 kilometers up. I think the atmosphere is at 10 or is at 100 kilometers, unlike Kerbin, which is at 70. But we're 30 kilometers up, and we're at 45 degrees, so we're actually doing fine. Let's slowly bring this down to, like, say there. Kind of wanted to have more upward velocity. When this guy runs out of fuel, we might have trouble with this thing. Out of fuel. We'll lock this thing on the program. Just watch it. We'll get it up to about 100 kilometers. I think we'll be fine. Actually, about 110. Kill the thrust. And then try out maneuver nodes. I'm not too happy with the maneuver node interface. I didn't put a lot of time into it, but it's wonky. Like a lot of things are in this game. But what do you expect? Like I said before, it's early access. Okay, so it does make a maneuver node. It's telling me it's a minute-long burn, so we got 30 seconds we want to start at before. It's 2.3 minutes away. We're otherwise doing fine. Let's go ahead and crank this thing up. If you hear my cat in the background, there's not much I can do about it. He's a huge tomcat who sounds like a kitten. Okay, 28 seconds. That's probably fine. I should probably stage the... As long as we're aimed up, I'm happy with it. Raffo, how's it going? You were probably following me 2 years ago when I last streamed on Twitch. I was doing Kerbal Space Program 2 years ago on this thing. So we're still moving up. We're mostly in it. Happy with that. Probably kill this maneuver node, but I don't know how to do that, so I'll just wait until we're in orbit. Okay, there we go. We are in orbit. We have 18% of our fuel, which is a little bit less than I was hoping for. This might have to be a flyby. If I hit T, translation mode enabled. Okay, that does not turn on and off SAS, whatever their equivalent is in this game. Let's go ahead and just aim ourselves at this. That was very shiny. I'm doing well, Raffo. Things are going quite well in my life. Okay, here's the moon. I'm going to do the same thing I do in Kerbal Space Program, which is put the moon up at about 130. I got to delete this maneuver node. Let's see. Please let me delete the maneuver node. There it is. X. There we go. Okay. $130. Pop the maneuver node here. I said, plop the maneuver node here. There we go. Yeah, the game does like to change the camera on you, which I'm hoping they will rethink in the future. But also, the camera's also very floaty. When you're trying to be precise, it can get difficult at times. Okay, well there's our mission right there. Crash it into the moon. Let's change that. Also, you don't seem to be able to move this thing back. Like it goes back, but it doesn't change it. So let me do that. There's something I learned here. Options, burn gizmo sensitivity. Sorry, burn gizmo. It's not a maneuver node editor. It's a burn gizmo. So there's that. That will get us an encounter with the moon, and then we can decide at that point. Let's see. The stage you have now is transfer, I think. Yeah, this stage. Ideally, I wanted it to get me to the moon and maybe even slow me down, but it's not going to. So I'm just going to see how far I can get. If we don't make it back, it's not a big deal. There's no people on this. Yeah, look how crazy it overcompensates everything. It's kind of amusing that way. That's funny. It like flipped itself around. Did you see that? That's amusing. How long does it think this burn is? It thinks this burn is 32 seconds. We probably don't have 32 seconds in this tank. I don't think. So I'm going to start maybe a minute before. Because we probably have a minute or more of burning. So maybe I'll start 45 seconds before. Wow. It was wrong. Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. It's the maneuver node is recalculating itself. Okay. This is not my trajectory. This is the maneuver node guessing my trajectory based upon where my atmosphere, what my thing is now. So the maneuver node is garbage basically at this point. So just kill it. Early access, as I have said a couple times already. Game, not necessarily the best showcase of it is to do a dry run like this, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, it looks like the system is roughly Kerbal sized. Okay. Also, you can't do the trick where you hold down. Let's see, 3.1 M's. We're going to be 500 kilometers off the surface. Let's get that down to, like, say, 10 kilometers. I don't know what a good amount is, but 5 kilometers is probably just fine. Okay, this is obviously the sphere of influence change. There's no like warp to here, so we're just gonna have to crank up the time warp and get out there. I could do a free return trajectory, but I don't want to with the tools we have. I think the game slows back down when it goes through a sphere of influence change. Let's see what the moon looks like. There it is. There's the sun, and there's our planet. Not too bad. Okay, now what's it going to take to stop here? Right here on the moon, right about where the arch would be in Kerbal Space Program. I can bring the sensitivity back up, I guess. That is a very large burn. It's really not that bad, though. It's 45 seconds. It's about what we burned to leave Kerbin. Sorry, the Earth, whatever. Whatever the name of the planet is. So, yeah, it might be a minute. I mean, we didn't come here to not try, right? So, let's go ahead and just aim ourselves retrograde. And head on down. Sadly, I have to do it for map mode because I have to be watching for this. Oh, it also has a slowdown mode. How is this not Kerbal Space Program, or even better? It's well, it's not Kerbal Space Program for multiple reasons. It's lacking a lot of the features Kerbal Space Program has, and I don't think it's any better per se. I don't know how to make the landing gear go down. Definitely don't want to explode the landing gear. Unless we just do it like this. But the main thing that you missed in the VAB, as it were, is that there aren't multiple fuel tanks. There is a fuel tank, and you resize it and things like that. Okay, we actually are ridiculously. This ship is a lot better than I thought it would be. Down to about 15 meters per second. How far off the surface are we actually? I have no idea. Are we going to get a shadow? That's another question. We are no longer aiming ourselves ready. And we landed. First try. Not bad. We got 11% of our fuel left, but hey, I'll take it. Considering that was my goal before I quit the stream in an hour and a half or 2 hours, not too bad. And what is your name? Wizisk? W-I-Z-I-S-I-E-K. Wizisk. It has no jointed physics. I don't know exactly what that means, but I believe you. So let's see, we're aimed west, we want to go east. So can we do this? We'll just crank it over like this. And then we can say aim prograde. Yeah, we're definitely not getting back into orbit. This maneuver node's still here, which is amusing. 4% of our fuel, we are not returning to the home planet today. There we go. That's it. So let's go ahead and revert this thing back. All we need to do is add a little bit more fuel, and we've got this. And then, Raphael, you can see the VAB. How do you do this? End flight. Undo and exit. Does that take us right back to editing? Yes. Okay. So here's the ship. Really, we just need a little bit more fuel. And this engine was perfectly fine for what it was. So I think we're going to just make this, let's say, 80. Plop this guy right back on there. That'll probably do it. And this guy even had enough beef to him. Let's just do that. Oh, wait. There we go. Do I have to fix this engine? No, I don't. Okay. So boom. Let's make this Mark II. Okay, so we wanna lock. That's something else I forgot to do was lock it. Yeah, so that was editing the ship there, Rafa. That's the main difference between this and Kerbal Space Program is it is a lot easier to edit a ship really quick. The other difference between this and Kerbal Space Program, since I got up to kilometers, is you can pause the game, which is kind of crazy. All the difference sometimes is being able to pause it. Okay, we get to 3 kilometers. I'm going to go into map mode. And how are we doing? We are 5 kilometers up. See, I wish I could control the ship from here. I wish I could see the little node here and change it, because I would love to be able to make sure that I'm changing my angle, but. We got an apoapsis of 5 kilometers. Let's go and bring this down to, say, here. It's so hard to not hit the spacebar to unpause. The WASD keys do work, but you can't see your orientation. You can't tell which direction you're facing, which, you know, it's great that I can hit the keys, but if I don't know what the keys are doing to me, I'm going to be in trouble. So 13 kilometers. I'll probably bring it down to almost the 45. If it's up to 20, I'm going to crank it down to 40. If it's up to 30, I'll crank it down to 30. This is my Kerbal Space Program launch. It seems to work fine. So 40, I'll go down to 20. Pausing. Yeah. Well, you need to pause when you control your ship by dragging a thing around a big ball on the screen. So I think that's good. It is very different than Kerbal Space Program, though. Being able to pause is kind of good. Okay, how are we doing on fuel? Oh, we got plenty of fuel. We're doing fine. Let's go ahead and crank it down to 10. This bad boy up to, say, 60. And also, when you say lock it on pitch 0, I believe that it will do that as you're going around the planet. So it's going to stay locked on 0 degrees, which is another difference between that and Kerbal Space Program. Much better launch than the last one. Okay, we are up here. Fins probably wouldn't have hurt this ship at all, but oh well. I think we're high enough in the atmosphere that we don't really need to worry about exploding or drag or anything like that. So just be super efficient with our launch and hope we don't explode. Before, I think the atmosphere ends at 100 kilometers by our build. Just bringing it up to a little over 110. Looks like we're going to be fine here. We still got half of our fuel, so I think we're gonna do it this time. So just going to aim this guy at the pro grade. And I don't even think we need a maneuver node now. We'll just get it like this. Get close to our apparatus here. Aim, come on, aim prograde. Well, I guess it is. Forward. There we go. 129 by 107. Not bad considering I'm just eyeballing. Okay, back to the moon. Let's get up like this. Let's go ahead and try a free return trajectory, which means I want to start a little bit earlier. Go up like, yeah. Apparently I started too early. Another thing, I don't think you can drag the maneuver node around. Well, you can, but I don't think it does what you want. I think it doesn't realize, like it changes what prograde is when you drag it, if it let me do that. Also, I hate this, how it moves. Stop moving the camera. I just want to do it, yeah. Yeah, see if I do this, notice it's changing the direction I'm going. It should just continue to go prograde. So that doesn't actually work. I need to delete this guy and start over. These are all things I feel like I should be mentioning on the forums. But okay, so I'm going to go a little bit earlier, probably around there. Yeah. Quit moving the camera on me. Up. Kind of. Yeah, I didn't go early enough. Like it's like that's kind of it, but not really. So let's just use this because I don't want to deal with it anymore. Let's get that up. At least you can click on those to make them stay. Slow this down, and we don't went too far. That's probably fine. We're not gonna hit that exactly anyway. Okay, so it's a 43-second burn, and we have it, so we don't need to worry about staging in the middle of it. So we just need to go, what is that, 21 seconds beforehand. Okay, it is almost here, and yeah, I wish there was a time indicator. I think this is normal time. Yeah, 24, 23, 22, 21. I don't really want to aim the maneuver node. I'm just going to aim the maneuver node. This time the maneuver node isn't going forward as I burn, so apparently that's a situational problem. I like how your orbit is blue on the way out and red on the way in. That's interesting. It turns from one to the other, although here it's red on the way out, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. I guess I do have to worry about staging carefully. Maybe I don't have enough fuel. We'll find out. As soon as I get close... That's weird. Let's delete this maneuver node. Sorry, maneuver gizmo. Why don't I have a connection? I do have a connection, okay. I'm just gonna do that thing where I get really close. That's really close. Okay, let's aim retrograde. See, I have to come here to know if I'm actually in retrograde. There we go. 191 meters. That's perfectly fine. There we go. 3 kilometers. That's probably better. Okay, let's go ahead and work back here. Okay, now something. Oops. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm used to right-clicking to rotate, so so I'm doing this. This isn't actually moving the ship around. It's moving my camera around. It's just there's nothing else in the area. You can recenter it over here. I have found. But okay, so there's the moon. 2.9 kilometers seems a little close. So let's go ahead and drop a quick save, just like the old days. And it is minutes. That's what that is. 15.5 minutes away. So let's go ahead and get it down to like a minute away, because it was like a minute-long burn. It was like a 45-second minute-long burn. So I'll probably start my burn. Oh, see, now it says it's hours away. I don't know what these numbers mean. I'm not sure what an M is when it's not minutes. Okay, we're 2.5 minutes away from the whole deal here. Yeah, the camera's way too floaty. Like, I want it to stop right here, and it wants to wander around, so that's annoying. So let's go down to 1 minute from periapsis here. And can I, like, double-click to select all? No. Okay, let's go ahead and... Dangerous how that explode button is just right there. Accidentally pushed. Whoa! That's another problem. When you control your ship with the mouse, it's very easy to accidentally slide it around. Okay, well, we're slowing down. We got 700 seconds to go. We're 7 kilometers off of that. I could probably just coast for a little bit. I do like the look of the moon. It looks very moon. It looks, I would say, possibly a little bit more moon than Earth's moon. It's definitely brighter. I can pitch up a little bit. I'm hitting the W key here. Pitching up just to make sure I clear the screen wall. It's fighting me, basically. I get to 100 meters per second. I'm going to cut the inputs. There we go. Still got 36% of our fuel. Hopefully that's enough to get home. I'm actually going to kill my... So I'm coming straight down. You learned before, we do have a shadow. Touchdown. And very nice. And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. And as always, when I take a sip of my coffee, that is a good sign for you at home to take a sip of your coffee as well. Okay, think we can get home on 30% fuel? I think we can get home on 30% fuel. I also think map mode doesn't realize we're landed and thinks we're going to explode. Okay, so where are we? Let's use this thing. We want to go east, so let's go ahead and aim this thing. It's not doing what I expect, but that doesn't surprise me at all. There we go. Heading 90 degrees. Can I roll? I can roll this thing like this. That's awesome. Look at the little legs. It's like it's walking. Okay. So now if I roll like this, though, no, that doesn't do it. It's this thing, so it's still going east. Yeah, I should have put these gear on at the corners. I guess I could do this. This is kind of weird. Let's go ahead. Okay, so pause the game. game. This is one good thing. When the controls don't do what you expect, you can pause the game, aim this thing perfectly east, and see, that's not what I wanted. I need to go down to like 5 degrees. Are we still aimed perfectly east? No. There we go. Now. Fine. We're all fine, folks. How are you? Up to about 20 kilometers. There we go. You're at 6% fuel. I don't know if we have what it takes to get home. But we're close. We're close enough to keep going. Get this up to a nice 20 by 20. Aim at that. Yeah, this nav ball is good and bad. I don't know if I like it. You can't even turn it off. I thought this turned it on and off. Maybe you can. Translation mode. What is this plus here? Add a slider. I don't want a slider. Okay. Oh, there you go. You can turn it off like that. But then I don't have any indication of what direction is anything. So it's basically it's that or nothing, and I guess I'll take it over nothing. It'll probably get better over time. But anyway, aim us at that maneuver node. Let's go ahead and warp to it. What do we got? 2.8 minutes, and it's a 4-second burn. There we go. 3% of our fuel. We're not getting home today. We are not getting home today because we've got not enough fuel to even escape the wind's sphere of influence. But we can try. We can see how close we are. So let's go ahead and plop a gizmo here. Definitely don't have 10 seconds of burn time, but that would get us home. So we are on the verge. Like, we are so close. I think if we just start over, do one more in the flight, undo and exit.